let's see if we can get this going here for you. All right, here we go. We're jumping in here doing a quick live weather update here. The National Weather Service out of Nashville has issued a tornado warning for parts of Cumberland County in our viewing area. This runs until 6:15. It is now 5:34. Let me just give you the information on that. The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued this tornado warning for northwestern Cumberland County in Middle Tennessee. We've got central White County as well as southeastern Putnam County. This is in effect until 5:15 Central Daylight Time for you folks on the plateau, 6:15 our time in Eastern Time Zone. Anyways, at 4:24, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Sparta, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. That's how fast these storms are moving right along. This is radar indicated, but the National Weather Service was talking about the fact that this has shown signs of increasing rotation. Per the last couple of scans, per the last 3 to 4 volume scans anyways, had to go with a base tornado warning is what they said. So again, this is radar indicated right now, but we know that this is the area that we were talking about earlier today under that risk level by the Storm Prediction Center. We do have a little bit of wind shear in the atmosphere, and so that's something that we were going to continue to watch. Marcy, there's no warnings right now for Wartburg or Morgan County. We've had a couple of special weather statements showing up for other parts of East Tennessee here at this hour, but if you wouldn't mind liking and sharing, there are some folks across the Cumberland Plateau that may not get all the information if they're heading home from work or kind of wrapping up their day. It is 5:15. It's 5:35, by the way. And so, of course, a lot of folks are trying to get out about your day. The camera view down below me is out of Anderson County. That's downtown Clinton, by the way. And so we'll be taking a view of these camera views as well. But let me just go ahead and talk about the sheriff showing up with this. So again, this is it's really tough when we have these warnings across the Cumberland Plateau because there are no warnings right now for Knox County. I will get to the rest of East Tennessee here in a second. We've got one special weather statement for Knox County. We've got a flood advisory, and we have a tornado warning and a special weather statement for the Cumberland Plateau. So let me clear this out, and I'll walk you through all the data here, folks. So just bear with me. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. Any chances is coming to Wartburg? And the answer is yes. I mean, this whole line is going to continue to kind of swing its way on through. So let me show you the radar. Again, not much showing up with the shear in the atmosphere. But the problem is the Cumberland County and the Plateau is in between both the Nashville radar and the Morristown radar. So it shoots way up in the atmosphere, like 8,000 plus feet. So we're getting some mid-level spin showing up, but it's not very, very, very high. The problem is we can never see the low levels of these clouds. And so when we have tornado warnings across the plateau, you just need to take cover immediately. So if you are joining us from Woody or Monterey, even places like Clark Range and Grimsley, heads up, we do have a tornado warning just to your south and southwest. Folks in downtown Crossville, again, need to watch this very, very closely. We'll go Pleasant Hill. We've got Highway 70 right there. That would be Kingston Pike, by the way. And also Highway 127 that runs north-south between the Clark Range, Rennie, Woody, and the Crossville area. So this is just to the west of Pleasant Hill right now. That's the storm that we're watching. Right along and just north of Highway 70, north of Sparta, and it's going to be going north of Pleasant Hill. And again, this is tracking to the north and northeast at about 35 miles per hour. This is radar indicated, but again, we definitely need a radar beam. There is one up there, but I don't have access to it, and it's a low band one, so it doesn't have the intensity that the National Weather Service ones do have. But we definitely need one because there are a lot of spots in the country that are in little radar no man's land, if you will. So it's tough to get some of these storms. But again, the tornado warning in effect until 6:15 Eastern Daylight Time, 5:15 Central Daylight Time for you folks there. For folks joining us from Cookeville, the storms are past. The storm's already passed you, so you're doing fine in Cookeville. But I would say heads up in say Fentress and Cumberland County, of course. Places like Livingston and Putnam County. And then again, I would say stay weather alert. If you're joining us from Scott County or Morgan County, let me dive into that storm real quick for you folks joining us from Knox County, because I got a lot of folks joining us from Knox County here, and in places like, say Campbell County, so La Follette and Caryville. These storms are going to pack some strong gusty winds, okay? No severe weather necessarily right now. The one storm showing up just into the northwestern sections of Knox, so between Clinton and Halls right now. It is tracking to the northeast at about 26 miles per hour. It's going to be in the Paulette community about 6 o'clock here. So we'll dive in a little bit closer view here. And it's between the Highland View, Maple View, just to the north and northeast of High School. and to the east of Deep Springs. So you're going to be fine in the Deep Springs, but places like Raccoon Valley, Maynardville, Norris Lake area, of course, it is Memorial Day weekend. A lot of folks are going to want to get up to the lakes and check out some of those views. And we'll be able to take a couple of views here in just a second anyways, because I do have a couple of Norris Lake cameras to be able to pass along. So we'll take one of those views for you. We'll show you what it looks like from Stardust Marina here. That's right below me, so you can see how nasty it is up there at Stardust and Norris Lake, and only going to go downhill from there because we've got more storms showing up there. And we've got also below me now is Beach Island Marina, where we do have the storms going to be heading right towards Beach Island, and also the one that we're seeing on the screen is heading towards Stardust and Beach Island and anywhere in Norris Lake. So we could see some hail, some damaging winds. Not necessarily damaging winds. I think when we have the special weather statements, winds are going to be gusting to about 35 to 45 miles per hour. So nothing too crazy, but we saw that early this morning with some of those storms that were packing a punch early this morning around the area. So again, we're going to be tracking this now. So don't let your guard down. I know it's Friday night. It's 5:40. I was just thinking about trying to get some dinner for my kids. My wife is at work, and well, thank goodness I didn't leave to go get dinner. But we do have one special weather statement, and we also have, again, a flood advisory in effect until 6:15 for about another 25 minutes or so between Lenoir City and Farragut in Knox and Loudoun County due to the fact that we've seen some heavier rainfall there. But the storm we're talking about right now is that tornado warning that's shown up for Cumberland County. That's also for Putnam County and White County. So tornado warning. So we'll go back to the National Weather Service radar in Nashville. And we'll look at some of the spin in that. Let's see what the National Weather Service is saying on it. I would imagine these seem to be losing their intensity pretty quickly here. Let's see. They are asking, do you think you're going to continue with the warning? The National Weather Service out of Nashville says we're keeping the tornado warning going for now, although there has been some weakening in the rotation velocity. There's still plenty of rotation showing up aloft, though. Also, the storm is 60 miles from the radar. So this is what I was talking about, right? It's so far from the radar. So it's important to not just assume the storm is actually weakened. It might be, it might not be, they're saying. This is from the National Weather Service, by the way. The farther away from the radar it goes, the greater the likelihood of the signal degradation. Not only do we get signal degradation, but now we're shooting way up in the atmosphere. And if you were actually to take the radar beam from Nashville and which is the radar that we're actually using right now, we would be shooting at about, that's about 83 miles or so. They were saying 60 miles, but that's going to be shooting way up in the atmosphere. I can't see that right now, but way up in the atmosphere. So again, it's tough to say, but if you're joining us from Cumberland County, the Woody area, I would say just take cover right now. Track it with the interactive radar, with the East Tennessee Weather app. I've got the QR code on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. So if you don't have the app, probably a good time to either save that QR code to your phone so you can scan it from somebody else's phone if you want to do that, or just go to your app store and search East Tennessee Weather. That's going to be a great tool there for these storms. So again, not a ton of activity, but due to the fact that we do have that tornado warning that's ongoing, I do want to keep people up to date on that. So if you know anybody traveling along Interstate 40, probably a good idea to let folks know ahead of time between, say, Cookeville and Crossville. We are and have currently a tornado warning. And the East Tennessee Weather app, by the way, if you do travel into a polygon, which is exactly what you're seeing on the screen there, if you travel into a polygon, you will be notified of that tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning, special weather statement. You'll also be notified when lightning is nearby. Now, speaking of which, we don't have a lot of lightning showing up with this storm system, but we do have wind shear in the atmosphere. So we never really produced a ton of instability, but we got a lot of moisture. Dew points have been hovering in the upper 60s to low 70s. That's prime fuel for severe weather. We've had some wind shear, so winds changing speed and direction with height in the atmosphere because this low pressure is just off to our west. And so that's providing some spin in the atmosphere. But again, if you were with me earlier this morning, I said, listen, we have a risk for strong to severe thunderstorms, but it's all conditional based on if we get some instability, if we get some sunshine. So we've got enough instability and enough going on in the atmosphere to produce thunderstorms and some good heavy rainfall because we got a water-loaded atmosphere. But what actually takes place during the afternoons to see how this all plays out. Again, only time will tell. Remember, this is the area that we've been talking about. This is the area level 1 risk for severe storms by the Storm Prediction Center. When you look at the tornado risk, we've had a 2% tornado risk. We've had a 5% risk for damaging wind gusts, and really no risk when it comes to hail. Take a look at some power outages. We've only got one little lonely power outage showing up right now in parts of Morgan County where 100 folks are without power at this time. So nothing really showing up there with the power outages, but it's really the tornado warning that we're going to be highlighting. So I'll keep that on the screen here for you. I'll go to the chat and see what you all are saying as I will continue to keep an eye. So the National Weather Service continues now the tornado warning for these counties. This will, again, continue until 6:15 Eastern Daylight Time, 5:15 Central Daylight Time. Again, at 4:41 now. The current time is now 5:41, so 4:41 Central Time. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles northeast of Sparta, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. And so if we were to take this storm, and we'll just kind of rotate this for you and take it, we'll take it 1 hour into time. So this will take you out to 1 hour's worth of time. So there you go. There's 1 hour's worth of time. So, of course, this is likely to fall apart or weaken or maybe strengthen. But places like Woody and Ridney and Clark Range, Grimsley, Allert, and Jamestown, all potentially in the path of this tornado-warned storm. Now it is just off to your south and southwest. So if we were to measure this for you all, basically where the rotation would be, we're talking like Clark Range, you're 21 miles away, so about 26 minutes. We're about 25 miles away to Grimsley, so about 30 minutes. And Jamestown, also about 36 miles away. And so we will continue to see if I had the time right on that. I did not, actually. So this will change that. This will change the time on those. So we'll go back over here to Jamestown. Again, about 54 minutes. So, yeah, about an hour or so. It's going to be in the Fenchurch County area. Again, tornado warned storm now showing up in DuPutman County, Cumberland County, as well as White County. And this runs until 5:15. Let's go to the chat and see what you all are saying here this morning. Or this afternoon, this evening, I guess. Let's see. When should the threat of tornadoes pass for Cumberland County? Great question there, Charlie. And let's see here. Let's get that. So we once this storm passes by, you should be doing just fine. We don't have a lot more activity back off to our west. Let's see. We got to go back to Nashville anyways, and we've got a few showers and a few thunderstorms there. But again, I think this is going to be it. So probably next hour or so, and then you should be doing just fine in Cumberland County anyways. But of course, we're going to be watching this closely. Of course, Crossville, downtown Crossville is not in the path, but Pleasant Hill and Woody. Pleasant Hill, you're on the southeastern side of that storm, so you'll be fine. But again, definitely wanted to make sure you take cover, and if you're joining us anywhere along Highway Interstate 40, I should say. So this is basically where you have the rotation, somewhere right around in there. This is tracking that direction. And so we got Rennie, Clark Range. Monterey, you'll probably be on the north side of the system, so you probably would be okay. Grimsley, I'd say, heads up, and anybody right along between Rennie, Clark Range, and Grimsley, you probably want to heads up there. All right, so now we have the National Weather Service has issued if I get the words out here, a severe thunderstorm warning anyways. So now we've got a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm that was just to the north of downtown Knoxville. So let me zoom out to there. Severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued. So here are the folks in the path of that storm right there. Well, let's get that back up on the screen here. So there we go. So this is going to be moving its way right over Norris Lake. So the National Weather Service out of Morristown is saying on this one, updated it to a severe thunderstorm warning. Most recent convective burst near. Been watching the low-level velocities, but held off any possible tornado tag for the moment anyway. So we're going to be watching this one really closely. Okay. So now heads up, if you're joining us right along, say just between Halls and Norris, along 441 and northeast. So places like Paulette, Raccoon Valley, Maynardville, Norris Lake. Heads up, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning now. This runs until 6:45. The National Weather Service is saying they're going to hold off on the tornado tag, but we do have some rotation showing up with this storm system. So there's your wind shear. When you look at the inside the storm itself, here's basically where we're talking about the rotation. So we've got the rotation right about there. And so we will continue to watch that rotation and see what it does here over the next short while. Now, when you look inside the storm, or excuse me, the winds within the storm itself, We'll come back to the velocity product. Excuse me. We'll go there. We do have some stronger winds that are going to be showing up with this. So if we can get that taken off here. So we got some 30, 38, 37, 38 mile per hour winds now that could be working their way into the Paulette community. So heads up, Paulette. But again, possibly showing some signs of rotation that we'll have to watch for closely and see what the next couple of radar scans do with this storm. But let's just go in and say anybody right around the Beech Grove, Copper Ridge, we'll say Beulah, Paulette, Hines Creek Valley. And if you wouldn't mind liking and sharing this post, if you're joining on social media, that would be fantastic just for community awareness, considering that we now have a severe thunderstorm warning in a more populated area in parts of northern Knox County and working its way to the northeast. So we've got a lot of folks that are going to be doing some camping up towards Raccoon Valley. We've got a lot of folks doing some camping up at Big Ridge State Park and Norris Lake. A lot of folks are going to be doing some, maybe some boating here this upcoming weekend. And again, that live look there is from Beach Island Marina there in Norris Lake. We'll take you back to Stardust because that's where the storm's going to be moving into. There is Stardust Marina right now, and you can see how it's doing fine now. We'll show you what it looks like where Stardust is here on the map. And so here we go. We come down into Norris Lake. And so this is probably going to be skimming past just to the south. At least the heaviest rain is probably just going to be the south. It's right around the Loyston area. So you got New Loyston, Hickory Valley Road, Hines Creek Road. You got Hines Creek Valley right there. That's where we're seeing some of the heaviest rainfall. And so, again, this is probably going to be working its way towards the central part of the lake. And we'll see how close it actually gets to Stardust Marina. So we'll be watching that camera pretty closely. That's the one that's right below me. So, again, if you wouldn't mind liking and sharing for community awareness. Is this storm headed towards Greenville? No, not necessarily. We got a long ways away. So we've got one little cell. Let me show you the wide view here. Give everybody some perspective on where we are. So here's East Tennessee, right? So we've got the storm over there across the Cumberland Plateau. We've got the tornado warned storm that we're watching closely, and we have the severe thunderstorm warned storm in northern Knox County moving its way into the extreme eastern parts of Anderson County, but mainly over into Union County. So Union County, you're kind of in the direct path of this. So anybody joining us from Maynardville, I've got a Maynardville camera. Let's take a look at that one and see what that one looks like. So here's my Maynardville camera. There's the storm we're looking at right there. So this is going to be heading basically beelining right towards the camera itself because we are looking basically to the south. Let me move that camera. Well, I'll watch that little section here for a little bit. Again, showing some signs, showing a little bit more signs of rotation on that storm in Cumberland County here. So let me go back to that storm here. We are showing a few more signs of rotation from that storm in Cumberland County. I got to switch between a couple of National Weather Services here. Let's see, 5:51. The National Weather Service is continuing that tornado warning in Cumberland County. They're saying the still radar indicated at 4:50 a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Monterey or 13 miles northeast of Sparta, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. The places in the path, take cover, obviously head into your interior parts of your home. Places included in this would be Pleasant Hill in the direct path of that. Also along Interstate 40 between mile marker 300 and 314 if you happen to know mile markers. I don't know anybody that does. But let's go up to Cumberland County and we'll dive into the details on this one. So let me switch the radar back to the National Weather Service in in Nashville. Come back to the windshield here. So we've got some rotation. So what I'm looking at here is a little bit more rotation starting to show up here. So here's the storm. Here's our rotation right there. So it's getting ready to cross over Interstate 40. So again, anybody right around Monterey, Woody, Rennie, or Clark Range, Grimsley, Pleasant Hill. It is to the north and west of you, Pleasant Hill. So actually, you're on the safe side. So Woody and Pleasant Hill are likely on the safe side. Monterey, Rennie, and Clark Range, and anybody in between that. So you got Mayland. Let's see. Got Plateau, Drowning Creek, Elmore. What you're looking at is the rotation right there in the center of your screen. And that's where we're going to be watching right here to see what this storm may do. So it is just going to pass to the north and northwest of Mayland. Let's see. Some roads on that would be, you got Poston Drive, E-Cove Road, Highway 70. So you got Highway 70, Interstate 40, Junior Camp Road. Anybody right around there? You got Jim Garrett Road, Those are all areas that would be somewhat in the path of this tornado warning storm that the National Weather Service out of Nashville continues to monitor closely. We're also watching that one in Knox County, and it looks like the things are starting to tighten up a little bit more there. So let's go back to the Morristown radar. This is the one we need to watch closely. So again, places like Paulette, let's just leave that on the screen there for you. So there's our wind shear right now. So Paulette, Raccoon Valley, Maynardville, heads up. We've got some rotation that's starting to tighten up here just to the south and west of you. So if you want Beech Grove, Copper Ridge, Twinville, just to the north of Blueberry Hills. So the ridge, we're talking about places like Thomas West Avenue. You got Maynardville Pike. So Maynardville Pike right in the path of this one. So again, please like and share so folks can jump in onto this. I will throw another. Hopefully folks are watching on the app here at this hour. And we're going to be running this until we see what happens with the storm and what the National Weather Service does. Let's see. National Weather Service continues the severe thunderstorm warning on this. Now, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6:45 for north central Knox County, eastern central Anderson County, west central Granger and Union counties at 5:54. Severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles west of Plainview or 9 miles southwest of Maynardville, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. It is radar indicated. We got places like Maynardville, Plainview, Luttrell, Rose Hill, Paulette, Norris Lake, Big Ridge State Park, and Sharps Chapel, all in the path of this. So again, folks are joining us from, say, the Norris Lake area. We've got Stardust Marina as well as, Beach Island Marina. So anybody in those paths, if you're joining us from those areas, hopefully you got the TVs on. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail are possible. And we also have... and also possible tornado on this one as well. So we're going to be watching this one. We'll go back to the wind shear here. So again, not the classic wind shear look that I would like to see for a tornado on this one, but it is showing us signs of rotation. You can see how we've had rotation out of the storm all the way from the Claxton area, and as it moved its way between Clinton and Halls. And now we're seeing those darker shades of red, so a little bit stronger rotation showing up with this as well. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a hook, so that's not good news. We don't want that. So again, if you're joining us from Paulette, Raccoon Valley, or Maynardville, I would highly recommend just going to head to a safe spot right now. I'm going to send out a push notification to the folks joining us from that part of town, so they are well aware of what is heading their way. So stand by. I'm going to keep this on the screen here for you while I send out a push notification to the folks. And if you have the East Tennessee Weather app and you're joining us from that part of town, you will get my notification here momentarily. All right. So some of you may get this. We got to watch this one closely. All right. And if I have any Witcher Weather Watchers in and around this part of town and you want to join the broadcast, again, you can join the broadcast anytime you want to. And I will send this out to the Witcher Weather Watchers. And probably a good time to tell you, if you want to become a Witcher Weather Watcher, you are more than welcome to. Just hit me an email, info@easttnweather.com. All right, let's see here. All right, so we're watching the storm. So the National Weather Service is talking about it. Okay, so they've added the tornado tag to this storm. So this is the one we're watching. So if you're just now tuning in and you got my push notification, thanks for tuning in, by the way. We have severe weather moving its way through. So we've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now in effect for Knox County, Anderson. That does include Granger as well as Union County as well. And so we're going to be watching this one closely as we are seeing some signs of rotation with this. There's your rotation just outside of the Paulette area. So if you're joining us from Raccoon Valley, Paulette, or Maynardville, right along Maynardville Highway, I would just take cover, head into a safe spot right now, just to be on the safe side. This is not tornado warned, but there is a possible tornado warned. It's a possible storm that could become tornado warned. So I just want you to keep that in the back of your head. I'll show you what it looks like from the big picture here. And so let me take a couple of camera views. I'm not really set up for this, but we'll just do this. Okay, so then you can download the app right there in and of itself. That's a live view there from downtown Maynardville. So again, we're watching that storm due just right ahead of that. We're pointed right towards the camera there, or towards the storm itself. So that's a live look at from Maynardville and downtown Maynardville. I would highly recommend heading into an interior part of your house. Again, there is not, let me just stress, there is not a tornado warning on this storm as of right now, but it is definitely one that we are going to be watching. I'm going to be watching here very closely as we've got some rotation showing up with the storm system in and of itself. And the National Weather Service is talking about that the rotation is starting to tighten up just a little bit more. Here's the storm at hand. So again, all the way from Sharps Chapel to Maynardville. And then we got to watch more storms back to your south and west. So again, we've got places like just outside of the Powell community along Interstate 75 and moving its way over basically 441 from Halls all the way to the Blueberry Hills and Highlands View area. We've got another storm that, let's see if it's showing some signs, starting to show some signs of rotation as well. So again, we've got some wind shear in the atmosphere. So we've got some rotating winds in the atmosphere that we will continue to monitor. And because of that, we could see the potential for rotating supercell thunderstorms. And again, that is the storm we're going to be watching just off to the south. That camera right below me is from Maynardville, downtown Maynardville, from the courthouse there. A big shout out to those folks for allowing East Tennessee Weather to put a camera on top of that building. But the winds outside of this, again, are going to be fairly strong. And this is where we're watching. So if you're joining us from Paulette, this is where we have the rotation. Brock Road, we've got Old Maynardville Highway, Raccoon Valley, we've got Beard Valley Road, Johnson Road, Pleasant Valley, all those areas. Let's go a little bit closer. We've got Satterfield Road, Beard Valley Road, and we can go even closer. We'll get another radar scan here in just a second, so this is going to update. So again, if you're joining us from Paulette, you need to be heading into an interior part of your house. This storm is showing some signs of rotation, and I'm going to move this camera here real quick because it looks like we're going to be, let's see. I'm going to move this camera here. So we got some pretty good structure on that storm system right there. Let me move that camera just a little bit for you. There we go. That's the storm right in the direct center of your screen. That's what we're watching very, very closely. I'm just going to do it right there. So you can't, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just take that full one more time for you. So that's the storm. That's a live view from downtown Maynardville. That's the storm we're watching. That's got the possible rotation on it. We've got, you can see the leading edge of that storm. We've got the gust front showing up right there at the very bottom center of the screen. The storm has some incredible structure for sure, and is showing signs of rotation. So again, Pleasant Valley, Raccoon Valley, Maynardville, and Paulette. You need to take cover. You are currently in a severe thunderstorm warning. Not necessarily a tornado warning, but a severe thunderstorm warning that we're going to be watching closely. Let's go back to the radar here for you. We'll keep that camera view in view for you, and we'll be watching that one closely. And if anybody wants to tune in or join in, if you have any information at all, and you're joining me on, there we go. We got the latest radar update. So let's see what the shear is on that one. So we've got some good shear that's showing up just out. So Pleasant Valley, I'd say Pleasant Valley, Raccoon Valley, and Maynardville heads up. Probably a good idea to take shelter. Alder Springs, and I'd say even Condon and Graveston. Probably a good idea. We've got Beard Valley Road. We've got Ayler Gap Road, Maynardville Highway, Maynardville Pike, Maynardville Highway anyways. Damonwood Hollow Road, Bull Run Road, Archer Road. These are all roads that are going to be in the path of this. We've got Possum Valley Road. A little bit closer view, Butcher Lane, Russell Drive. So if any of these roads are familiar to you, We just got the latest update. We've got Dogwood Lane Road and Firebird Lane. Again, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing, if you're joining on social media or even on YouTube and subscribing to YouTube, because you always get those updates on YouTube as well. And don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. These are all different locations that you can find out the latest information as severe weather. We haven't had a lot of severe weather, but we have a couple of storms now that are firing up. So we'll take you back outside. We showed you what it looked like from Stardust Marina. I'll come back to this Maynardville camera here in just a second. There we go. That's a live look at Stardust. So again, I think the storm is going to be passing just to the south of Stardust. So we'll go to Beach Island. And it looks like the rain's starting to pick up a little bit more there at Beach Island, where we'll continue to see what happens there. But let's go back to, there we go. That's the storm we're going to be watching at hand. That's the one that's going to be showing the greatest signs of rotation. That's the one that has a possible tornado tag associated with the severe thunderstorm warning that the National Weather Service is going to be monitoring closely. That is the storm that is also showing the majority of the spin in the atmosphere. You can see the wind shear showing up. So all those yellows and reds and greens that are showing up. That's some proprietary data that I have with my in-house computer, which is also showing us the rotations. All right, so Witcher Weather Watcher. So this is from David Weaver. So we're going to throw this up on the screen here for you. So this is from David Weaver. Look at the structure of that storm system right there. That's what we're talking about. Incredible, David. So here's another view of that storm. Let me take this on there for you. So wow, this is just absolutely insane. David, I don't know if you're joining us on the live view right now, but if you aren't, you probably should send this to the National Weather Service. I'll send this from the Weather Service to them. See if they can get that for you. Okay, so that's a storm coming in just outside of the Halls area. So that is showing incredible signs of rotation, and that's why we do have the potential of a tornado on that one. So again, definitely something to be watching for. We're watching this camera down below. Incredible structure showing up right now with that system. I'm just also reporting some data back to the National Weather Service since nothing too imminent right now. But let me send this to the Weather Service. All right. Let's see what the Weather Service does. We still have, so that's a storm. So that's coming in from David Weaver. He's a Witcher Weather Watcher. Let's see if we have any other pictures coming in. We got some video showing. Oh, that's a picture. Okay, that's not, let's see. We've got somebody using a different product here. This is Eli Bray, by the way, showing us the cross-section of that storm itself. And you can see a strong updraft going all the way up to about 35,000 feet or so, 40,000 feet really. But a good strong updraft with that system. That's what we're talking about. We've got we do have some instability. We have some wind shear, and you can obviously see with the structure of that storm, the wind shear that is showing up with that system, with that storm. So that's the one we're watching. Raccoon Valley, Maynardville, Pleasant Valley. Anybody in between that, Alder Springs, everybody take cover. We are watching a potential, we're watching a rotating thunderstorm right now working its way out of northwestern Knox County into Union County and eventually into Granger County. And the Weather Service is watching this one closely as well. Again, any Witcher Weather Watchers, if anybody else wants to join, if you have any information that you'd like to pass along to me, I'm going to copy a link and put this in the chat. Please use common sense if you're going to click on that, and I would love a weather report. So I just put that in for anybody that wants to join in on the broadcast right there. There's the link right there. If you ring in, let me know who you are, where you're joining from, any information that you have on this. But again, look at the cell on this one right now. Let's just take a live view again from downtown Maynardville, Union County here at this hour. And again, please like and share for community awareness. Here's another picture. There's another picture of that storm. So we've got some rotation, my friends. This is what's showing up right now. That lowering wall cloud, possibly. It's tough to see sometimes with photos. If you have any videos are much, much better. They show a lot better idea of what's actually taking place. Is it rotating? Is it not rotating? It is rotating, though. So Raccoon Valley, Pleasant Valley, Maynardville, you need to take cover because we do not have a tornado warning, but we have a severe thunderstorm warning on a storm that you clearly are seeing on the screen right there of the storm that's moving its way in. Oops. All right, we'll come back here. We'll go back to that camera. That camera right below me is a live view from the courthouse in Maynardville. So Maynardville, you need to take cover. That storm is definitely packing a punch. Okay, so the National Weather Service is not, at the moment anyways, going to be issuing a tornado warning so far, but they are watching this one very closely. You can see that gust front coming on in, leading edge of that storm. And again, we still have a tornado warning. So I'm going to come back to this one for a second here, folks. We're going to go back to the tornado warning. It's till 6:15. So for another 5 minutes, looks like that storm. Let's go. Okay. Looks like that storm is going to expire. Looks like the National Weather Service should probably expire that tornado warning for Cumberland County. That is now not even in the thing. So we're going to come back to this storm over moving its way into Union County. These are the folks that are going to be in the path of the storm. Paulette, 612. Raccoon Valley, 621. Maynardville, 628. Probably a good idea to take cover and head to your safe spot right now if you are so inclined or if you're in the path of the storm. So Maynardville, Norris Lake area. I will take another view from Beach Island because this is probably the best view anyways if it's going to happen. Okay, nothing showing up there right now. We'll come back to the Maynardville camera. Again, you can view some of these cameras online at easttnweather.com or the East Tennessee Weather app. Live camera views right now. You can check out this live camera view right there, front and center on the app itself. Lindsay says, I'm watching from the top of Ridge and Anderson Union County line, and there's absolutely rotation. Oh, 100%. Absolutely is rotation. I mean, that goes without saying, but I do appreciate it because I was trying to get some videos here. All right, if anybody is in the path and wants to tune in, here is a link once again that you can come into a green room and I can allow you into the platform if you want to come in and give us a weather report. Again, that's a live view from downtown Union County, downtown Maynardville in Union County is what you're looking at there right below me. Let's see, no Witcher Weather Watchers, and nobody's tuning in so far. That's okay. Morgan County should be doing just fine so far. Most areas are fine. Morgan County will be watching that storm just to your west as it moves its way out of Cumberland County. It had a tornado warning on it earlier. The tornado warning will be allowed to expire but we'll be watching that one closely. So far, so good. So Sunbright, Wartburg, Blair, Catoosa, Harriman, Kingston. So far, so good. But of course, this is all going to be moving its way into a little bit more of a favorable environment. And so we'll have to watch for that one. But Maynardville, you're about to get walloped. Let's see if we have any. So here's our wind shear with that storm. So wind shear is moving its way over Raccoon Valley and Maynardville. So it's going to move just to the south. You can clearly see. That's why I've been moving the camera there. When you look at hail, we don't really have a lot of hail with this. What we have is a lot of torrential downpours. And so we'll come back here. Nothing showing up on correlation coefficient. There's our wind shear. So you can see how there's our rotation. You can see how it really tightened up between Paulette into the Raccoon Valley area, and then you come back to the velocity product, and there's our rotation right there over Raccoon Valley. So The rotation is over Maynardville Highway, Johnson Road, Raccoon Valley Road. That's where we have the rotation showing up right now in this area that I have circled now on the screen. We'll be watching for Bristol. So far, so good, my friend. We're watching. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you. If you wouldn't mind just liking and sharing this live update so folks it populates, the algorithm gets into other people's feeds who may be showing up on social media. What about Anderson? What about Anderson County? Anderson County, we're doing good in Anderson County so far. So this is mainly Union County working its way towards Granger County and Claiborne County. So Granger, Claiborne, and Union County are really the ones that be watching closely on this one. And again, Sharps Chapel, Maynardville, I'd just take cover. Head to an interior part of your house right now. Probably a good idea to do that. And let's see here. So again, these were views from David Weaver, who's a Witcher weather watcher. These are coming in from the Halls community, and you can really see the rotation. The structure on that storm is incredible. And this is the storm that we're watching right there. Let me make that a little bit smaller. So that's what we're watching right there, is that structure, that storm. That's impressive. Hey, Dwayne, I think once these storms move on through, I think we'll probably be seeing things wind down a little bit. I mean, really, our window was between about 3 and 7, 3 to 10 or so. It's 6:15. So we'll kind of see how it all plays out. But again, we'll have to watch these moving into an environment, into a favorable environment. But when you look back off to our west and back towards Middle Tennessee, you see we don't have a lot of activity. So basically, what we are dealing with right now is about the extent of it. And folks who are maybe heading off to the Savannah Bananas game tomorrow, just an FYI, if you're joining in right now and you're heading off to the baseball game tomorrow, I think we're going to have some showers and thunderstorms through probably about 4 to maybe 5-ish. So I know gates open at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be down there ourselves as well. So just kind of get a little weather update here. I think we have storms leading up to the game, but I don't necessarily know that we're going to have storms during the game. I don't think that we're going to have any of that. So we'll see. Ben Mooney said he emailed me. Let's see if I can't get that email from you, Ben. Emailed me a storm. There it is. Let me download it here. Let me download it, Ben. It might take a second here to get this up on the screen here. So give me 1 second. But I appreciate you, Ben. Okay, so we'll load this in. What happens when you're a one-man band? You got to do everything yourself. All right, so this video is coming in from Ben Mooney. Let's see if I can publish this. And there we go. Go back to live. So this is from Ben Mooney, who's also a Witcher weather watcher. And that's not a time lapse. Don't worry about that. That's a video. Ben, where is this? Where is this from? Did you say? This is the foods from this Food City and Halls. So that's the storm we're talking about. This is from Food City and Halls. Conditions are. Thanks, Ben, for sharing that with us. I really appreciate that. Again, you can email me videos if you want. info@easttnweather.com is a great place to share a bunch of videos or pictures. info@easttnweather.com. We're gonna play that again here, Ben. We'll play that one time. So again, this is from. That's not it. That's not it. What? We'll get the right one on. There it is. That was me. All right, so that is a video coming in from the Halls Food City area, looking at the storm itself from Ben Mooney. And again, I'm going to throw this in the chat one more time. If anybody wants to tune in, give us a weather report, I have thrown that link. All you have to do is click on the link with your cell phone, your computer, and you can join in on the broadcast and give us a live weather update if you'd like to. All right. Let's come back to a live camera there. That's a live view right now. Conditions have deteriorated very quickly in Union County. That's downtown Maynardville, by the way. All right, let's come back to the radar here. I'll keep that camera in the bottom of the screen. Let's go back to Stardust and see what Stardust is getting. So Stardust is smooth sailing. Let's go to Beach Island here. Beach Island is doing all right, whereas Valley should be doing great as well. But really where we have the strongest storm is the one that's moving into Union County, which is now just below me. That is the storm structure caught from David Weaver in the Halls community, and you can clearly see that's a rotating supercell thunderstorm. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm system itself. And that's the storm we are going to continue to watch. Now, the National Weather Service has not issued a tornado warning on this system, but we've got another storm that's now starting to show up just to the southwest of Speedwell. So Speedwell, heads up. We've got a little bit of rotation showing up on that storm system. It's trying to anyways. You can see a little bit of a hook that is showing up. And so this little area would be the area of concern that we'll be watching, that I just zoomed in on and scrolled in on anyways, or circled anyways. So we'll have to watch that little notch. That little notch right outside of the Speedwell areas where we'll be watching to see if we see any rotation. When I look at the velocity, don't really have much in the way of rotation. When I show you the shear product, got a little bit of rotation showing up in my in-house model shear product. But we're going to be watching this one. So we're watching two storms basically outside of La Follette, moving its way into Claiborne County, outside of Campbell County, and from northwest Knox County into Union County. So Union County, we're still watching that storm in Maynardville, which is live camera right there in the bottom of your screen. If anybody's joining us from the Chestnut Grove area, Maynardville Highway, right there at the Maynardville Highway area. And this would be, what road is this? What road is this? Why is that not showing up? Well, I'd say Walker Ford Road and Maynardville Highway. If anybody's joining us from that part of town, I would definitely take heads up. Bigger for y'all. All right, there's another velocity scan. So let's take a look at another scan coming in from the national from the Doppler radar. And there we go. So let's see what the Weather Service is going to do with this one. Trim the warning, but kept it large enough to keep both cells in the warning. So they've got two cells into this warning. So we're going to be watching that. That tornado warning for Cumberland County has now been allowed to expire. So smooth sailing there. So nothing going on right now in Scott County and as well as Morgan County. Heavy rain showing up in Fentress and some pretty good thunderstorms getting ready to work their way towards the Sunbright area, but no severe weather there. One severe thunderstorm warning right now. One severe thunderstorm warning, but watching that one now just to the southwest of Speedwell. And we'll continue to watch that one really closely. And see, do we have any more rotation showing up on the last radar scan? A little bit. Weak rotation, but not a ton. But I'll be watching this area right there, which is just, it's over Norris Lake, parts of the northern parts of Norris Lake. So we're going to be watching that one closely. And again, we've got more rotation showing up with the one out just to the now moving its way through downtown Maynardville and right there and the Maynardville Highway area to the southwest of Chestnut Grove. So the storm is tracking to the northeast at 32 miles per hour. 32 miles per hour. We've got a BTI of a 2.3. So our BTI of a 2.3. Not incredibly high, but definitely something that we'll watch. BTI is my in-house model. It's called the Barron Tornado Index. And the higher that number, it goes all the way up to 10. The higher that number, the more severe or more rotation that we have with that storm. And by the way, it's 6:23. And you can scan that QR code and stay up to date. If you've got outdoor plans here this evening, if you've got other things to do this evening, just scan that QR code. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's 100% free. You'll never be charged for weather. It's all done and put on by local sponsorships and advertisers here in East Tennessee. That's how we make this free. So you can see them scrolling in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Give them a big shout out. Places like, PJ Parkinson Support. We've done a lot of support for those folks and a lot of charity work as well. The McNabb Center, a great. But we're also watching the storm now just to the south and west. as the Weather Service was talking about, of Raccoon Valley. So another round coming through Paulette, Raccoon Valley, and Maynardville. And so when you look at the rainfall rates with this as well, something to kind of keep in mind that the rainfall rates are extremely high. And so because of that, let's see. So we've seen some heavy rain out of this cell already. So places over the last 3 hours, we've already picked up 1.2. So over an inch of rainfall over the last 3 hours. When you look at the rainfall rates with this, we're going to be pushing well over 4 inches per hour. So incredibly heavy rainfall is going to be showing up with any of these that come on through. And so as just know that you're going to have some gully washers. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning that continues right now till 6:45 Eastern Daylight Time for Union County, as well as parts of northwest Knox County, and also clipping parts of Granger County. So Granger County, Knox, and Union County in a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got torrential downpours, gully washers, if you will. You can see that with the Union County camera in downtown Maynardville, just directly below me. And the Weather Service is holding tight so far. But we've got 2 cells, and this could produce, because we've seen already an inch and a half, 1.2 inches of rainfall so far with the system. We potentially could see a flood advisory being issued. Watch out for ponding and puddling. Of course, it's 6:25. A lot of folks are out on the roadways, traveling home from work. So is Corrington good? Corrington, right now, Corrington is, I believe, good. Yeah, Corrington is not inside the severe thunderstorm warning right now. So Corrington is A-OK. Let's see, Teresa said, just sent you a picture through the app. Let's take a look at that. Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate you. By the way, if you do have the East Tennessee Weather app, you can send photos through the app, and I can grab these and put these live on the air as we talk. And there are a lot of good photos coming in. So let's start you off. First things first with Caitlin Seagroves from Dry Gap Pike looking towards Maynardville Highway. So we're just going to show you a couple of views. Might start to get a little bit of hail. So it looks like we have a little bit of a hail core starting to show up with that. Okay, so that picture is going to be sideways. We'll straighten that out a little bit. All right, so that's a picture from, again, Caitlin Seagroves from Dry Gap looking towards Maynardville Pike. Here's one coming in from Callie on Aller Gap in Luttrell in Union County, really showing you the leading edge of that front of that storm. Look at that one. This one's going to come in sideways as well. If you can take them sideways, it really is a lot easier, but look at that one. That one's nasty looking. And let's show you, how about this one? This one's coming in from Teresa Jones. Just took this in Hall's Crossroads off Emory Road. How cool it is, but how scary and crazy looking that structure is on that storm. So I appreciate you all for sharing these photos through the East Tennessee Weather app. That one right there is from Teresa Jones from the Hall's Crossroads area off of Emory Road. So that one right there, Teresa, great shot right there. It is a cool shot, that's for sure. I don't think Newport. Nope. I don't think. I think we're doing okay. So we're just gonna be watching and monitoring this couple of these cells. That let's see what the rotation's showing up. We'll get rid of these pictures. All right. The good news is it does look like it is appearing that we are showing. So we got. Let's see. We're losing some of that rotation. So that's great news to pass along. Losing some of that rotation. So let me just take a bigger picture view so everyone else can get an idea of what's going on. We don't have a lot going on around East Tennessee. We have a couple of storms over towards Kingston into Roane County and Morgan County, as well as some heavier rain showers showing up in Fentress County. So I would say Anderson County and also Campbell, as well as Scott County, heads up, because you're going to get some more rain here and maybe a couple of strong thunderstorms, but probably not a ton of activity. We'll see how these storms evolve over time. Of course, I'll keep you posted on that. But we are just really tracking that one that's in Union County, moving its way into Claiborne County. Okay, I've been showing you. That's a live look right there below us at Beach Island Marina. Big shout out to the folks joining us from Beach Island. I know they have East Tennessee weather broadcast up there at the marina itself. And of course, we're watching the storm as it moves its way right over the 33 bridge. So that is the 33 bridge off of the distance. I'll show you the live view there. So that bridge off the distance there is the 33 bridge that runs all the way from Union County up into Claiborne County. So a lot of folks might be familiar with that. Got another great picture coming in. This is really showing you the bigger, wider scope view of this. This one was sent in from Nathan Phillips. Nathan's joining us from Corrington, looking north from Corrington. Nathan, thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate that. That's just incredible structure on that one little storm that just keeps on going, doesn't it? And again, if anybody wants to join the live broadcast, by all means. So here's another one from Nathan Phillips, drone shot there. Taking a look at that structure right there. That is incredible. That's just, the structure on that storm is just absolutely mind-blowing and incredible. All right, let's go ahead and we'll take those off screen here for you. We'll come back to the radar, show you what's going on. So again, this is basically the only two storms we're watching. So Big Barren, Sharps Chapel. Sharps Chapel, these are probably just going to drift off to your south. So you should be fine. Norris Lake is going to be seeing improving conditions, quickly improving conditions. Actually, I'll take it back out to Stardust. Probably going to see quickly improving conditions there. Look at that. Although they didn't really get hit necessarily at Stardust, but it definitely was packing a punch. It is a different story, obviously, at Beach Island, where they're kind of in the thick of it right now. And of course, Maynardville also in the thick of it as the storm's moving right overhead. So this is going to move just to the north of Luttrell, Condon, and Chesney. Chesney, you're probably going to be on the drier side. You're just being clipped by the warning itself. Powder Springs, the storm is tracking to the north and northeast at 35 miles per hour. And so you're probably going to be doing okay there. So if I were to take the kind of leading edge of this storm and just go 35 miles per hour there, that's the general idea. So really not too many folks in the path of that as it stands right now anyway. So that's great news. I appreciate you watching, Kara. Thank you, Chris. I don't think Newport necessarily will see any bad storms. I sent you a video of Claiborne County. Beverly, did you send it to info@easttnweather.com? Info@easttnweather.com? You did. Awesome stuff here. Let's see here. So we're going to have to get some of these. These are a couple time lapses. We'll get these live on air here in just a second. Let's see. This one's going to be coming in from Brandon. Got one. Who said that? Who said that sent him pictures? Beverly. Beverly, I'm not quite sure where you sent that. If you want to send it to info@easttnweather.com, info@easttnweather.com, that'd be great. So we got a picture that was sent in from, this would be Island Home Airport, I believe it was. Downtown Island Home Airport, where I actually got my pilot's license at. I'd like to join. There we go. Josh, anybody wants to become a Witcher Weather, just hit me up. Let me know. Info@easttnweather.com. You can become a Witcher Weather watcher. That's a picture from that storm system at Island Home Airport. You can see even an airplane landing off in the distance there. Brandon Self, we're going to get yours up and running here in just a second. I've got to put you in some preview mode and try to get this on the air for you here. So we're going to go like this here. Just bear with me 1 second here, and we'll bring that back up on screen. But again, that's a view from Island Home Airport, and we're going to get this cool time lapse coming up. So here's a time lapse from. All right, so here's a time lapse. We're going to publish this. So here we go. There's a time lapse of the storm. So this is coming in from Brandon Self, from Maynardville, looking at Knoxville. So this is a storm coming in as a time lapse. Brandon, this is crazy. Watch this storm. Incredible. Oh, shoot. Where'd that go? We got to get that back there. Let's play that again. He's got another one that I want to get on there for you. Let's see if we can't get that other one on there for you. Oops. There we go. Let's get... There's another view of that storm. So this is another video that was sent in. And we'll get one more for you. I think that's the one we just saw. That is the one we just saw, but we'll do it again anyways because it's really cool. There we go. So that's from Brandon Self of the time lapse. I mean, Norris Lake, all the lakes are super low. How about Washburn? No rain yet, just a bunch of thunder. Watching for Washburn. Washburn should be, you're in the clear, Washburn. But the National Weather Service has now continued a severe thunderstorm warning. So let's come back to this. So we do have another severe thunderstorm warning now that has been issued by the National Weather Service. This now is for Claiborne County until 7:30. We've got Hancock County, Granger County also until 7:30. And Claiborne County until 7:30. So the National Weather Service is extending this severe thunderstorm warning to include Tazewell and New Tazewell. So again, this is going to be right over the 33 bridge anyways, and from Maynardville to Sharps Chapel, Big Barren. Still watching that storm around the Speedwell Powell area, Powell Valley area anyways. We've got a big old cell moving its way into that area. The Powell Valley area is absolutely gorgeous. You've got Harrogate to the north and northwest. So heads up Harrogate. And the Cumberland Gap. So this storm is going to be moving its way into Harrogate and Cumberland Gap. Oh, I'd say probably in the next... So Harrogate about 650 and Cumberland Gap 649. You get the point. About 650. They're pretty much in the same spot. So heads up if you're joining us from the Powell Valley area. But a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued from the National Weather Service. And we'll see what they say on that one. Maybe that was a funnel cloud. So here's a picture coming in. This is sent in with on the National Weather Service chat, which of course not everyone can be along with that. So passing this along, friends of mine captured this funnel cloud at I-75 east of Powell around 5:58, including this location. We're also asking about. There's been a funnel cloud being reported near Plainview. There's a funnel cloud being reported near Plainview. But that's a pretty incredible picture right there in the middle of the screen. I don't know if I'll be able to get this up here for you, but right in the middle of the screen, we do have... see if I can show it to you. I'll be able to, but right in the center of the screen, right between the red car and the black car, potential maybe funnel cloud. But we still have that storm that the Weather Service is watching here anyways. That's moving its way into the Powell Valley. So Powell Valley heads up again. Got a little bit of rotation showing up just basically right around the back road, the Back Valley Road. And you got Osmosis Hollow. You got Canary Hollow. Anyways, this is a little bit of rotation showing up there. We still have some rotation showing up right here. But we'll see what that is doing. So we've got a little bit of rotation showing up there. So basically, we're going to be watching this area now, right around the Luttrell area, just north of Corrington. Just north of Corrington, we're going to be watching that one. See what happens here. We'll have to wait a couple radar scans to see what this really does, but we'll watch that. We'll watch that closely. We're going to be watching that storm up towards the Powell Valley area as well, right around there. So the National Weather Service has now issued a special weather statement for that storm in Powell Valley. So winds could be gusting upwards of about 45 miles per hour or so. There's the special weather statement that has now just been issued. All right, got to change that on the fly. Here we go. So special weather statement until 7:30 for Claiborne County. That stretches all the way up to Claiborne County. And that would include Powell Valley and Harrogate, as well as Cumberland Gap. Anybody joining us there? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Hey, Mike, thanks for keeping us up to date. You're welcome. I'm in Greenville. What do you expect here? I don't expect really much in Greenville, so I think we're going to be fine. We're still going to see some showers and thunderstorms kind of fire up, but I think the bulk of this is going to start to wind down. We're just got a couple of storms that we're going to be watching, but that's what's great about this platform. We can keep you on all day long. Yeah, I can stay here all day with you folks, just so you are aware, and that's why I say it would be great for community awareness if you like and share, if you're joining on YouTube or Facebook. And if you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, of course, you can scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Make sure you download the app. If you have not downloaded the app yet and you've been meaning to, or people have been talking about it, it's your one-stop shop. You can watch front and center right there, front and center on the app itself for severe weather coverage. I know the audio on the app is not the greatest. I do apologize for that. We have been working tirelessly trying to fix the audio on the app itself. But it's a little poppy. It's a little clicky here and there, but hopefully that doesn't bother you because I'm still trying to give you the information. Remember, I've got an app on Roku TV and Amazon Fire, as well as YouTube, where if you get home for the evening, you want to watch some live severe weather coverage anytime anyways, you can put it up on the big screen on your smart TV, so make sure you check that out as well. And it really just helps community awareness, puts things back into the algorithm on social media, which is always going to help things out. There's our flood advisory anyways, so we've got an aerial flood advisory. So when you look at the accumulations with this, that's where we were talking about. Some of the heaviest rainfall seen over an inch of rain over the last 3 hours. In that dark shaded area, an inch of rain in the last 3 hours or so. So quite a bit of moisture, 1.2, 0.8, let's see, 1.2 inches up towards Sharps Chapel, about an inch of rainfall over the last 3 hours. So that's what's going to cause some issues here with some puddling, ponding, and flooding. Let's go back up to, looks like Beach Island may have been disconnected. So maybe they took a little power hit there. That's a live look below me at Stardust Marina. I'll show you what it looks like from Wares Valley. We've got some overcast gray skies. Again, I'm going to be zooming through a bunch of cameras down below here as we highlight some of those cameras. That's a live look there from Anakeesta, by the way. Anakeesta, great camera there up on top of Anakeesta. Couple of storms, special weather statement with flood advisory and a severe thunderstorm warning continues at this hour on this Friday night. It's 6:43, by the way. Audio on the app sounds fine. Oh, you're on Facebook, though, Justin. If you're on the app, the audio is a little poppy here or there. Oh, the app sounds perfect. No popping. Okay, then. I don't know. Sometimes it's popping on my end, I think. It's a little crackly. That's all. It's a little crackly. But anyways, we won't worry about that. Still working on it, though. Still going to work on it. We're not going to let our guard down whatsoever. Always trying to fine tune and fix things. And remember, these live cameras, like this one right here, or this one right here. Oh, Beach Island is back up and running. Let's see if Beach Island back up and running. There we go. Beach Island is back up and running. There we go. They got the power back on. Or even this camera right here. Or how about downtown Gatlinburg? Or even, Union County, Maynardville. We've got one in West Knoxville. That's the East Tennessee weather camera. Fox Road Marina. Got live cameras all over East Tennessee. And if you have a great location that you would, how about that one? That one's great. Fort Loudon Dam. Off in the distance, we've got downtown Clinton. And one of my faves, we've got KMNV, Monroe County Airport there. And we've got another one, two more that are getting ready to debut and come live to you front and center on the app itself. And if you know of a great location to have a camera, please email me, info@easttnweather.com. They are 100% free to you. It allows us great service here to provide great views of storms approaching, winter weather, and for just the fun, beautiful views that we call East Tennessee as well. So if you have a great location that you'd want to debut, hit me up, info@easttnweather.com, and we'll try to get a camera up and running. We've got about 6 more cameras that are going to be launched here in the next couple of months around East Tennessee. Remember, the storm that we've been watching is this one right here. When it was coming through the Halls community, boy, I tell you what, it was showing some nasty signs of rotation. So how about that one right there? So that was from David Weaver. He's also a Witcher Weather Watcher, and if you want to become a Witcher Weather Watcher, you can. Didn't have any join us this evening, but they are firing away on the chat, and is one of the first things I look at when it comes to severe weather coverage. As I go straight to these Witcher Weather Watchers, we're over 70 Witcher Weather Watchers. All you have to do is take the course with the National Weather Service. There's a virtual course to become an official storm spotter, which not only helps the National Weather Service out, it helps me and it helps our community out. And so it's great there. So if you're interested, hit me up, info@easttnweather.com, and I'll send you some links. You can join the private chat group. Plus, you get a free t-shirt and a free hat, right? What's your Weather Watchers, right? I mean, am I wrong? So anyways, if you're interested in doing something like that, just really trying to populate the platform to give you the best weather information and data. I do forecasts every day. I was actually getting ready to record my evening update for the 24-hour channel, for the app itself, and severe weather happened, and so here we are. So don't when we get off this, I'm gonna have to go do a bunch of recording to get everything updated here on all East Tennessee weather platforms. So make sure you check that out. Isaiah is a Witcher Weather Watcher and proud. I love it, Isaiah. It's great having you on as on the platform as well. All right, let's go, Harrogate. Let's see, Justin. What did you say? You said something. Say, hey, Mike, watching this closely here in Claiborne County. That's right, Justin is. Why don't you go ahead and put a dang tornado warning on that one? I appreciate you, buddy. Absolutely appreciate you. No warning on that one. Let's see what's going on in Harrogate now, in the Powell Valley. Come back to the shear. So both storms are still showing some signs of rotation, but when you look at the radar rotation, just a little bit over Powell Valley. So you probably see some of these storms kind of rotating if you're joining us from the Powell Valley area, Town Creek, Red Hill, Milton Mill, Harrogate area. You might see some of these storms rotating. If you do, grab a quick photo of it. Nothing too crazy so far, but you're under special weather statement. And then the one out of Union County still. The one out of Union County that was just a while ago. Let's see. Let's come back last couple of hours. The one that was over Maynardville, the one that right there in the Raccoon Valley area that you see on the screen there, that one has now lost its rotation. So you can see it coming through Maynardville, and we've lost rotation on that one. But the one coming up on the back side of that, just to the north of Corrington, is now showing some signs of rotation as well. And so now I feel like we got to watch this one over towards the Chesney area. So watch out Powder Springs and places right around the Northridge View Road. We've got Round Barn Road, Dale Road, Powder Springs, Valley Road, Little Tate Road as well, Jane Dyer Road. So this is, an area that we're going to be watching. I'll be watching here. Basically, you got your rotation right around the Clinch Valley Road and the Northridge View Road. And so we'll be watching that to see what the next couple of radar scans, when you switch over, there's the newest radar scan. So let's recircle this. So we're basically watching like areas like that. So we'll come over to the radar here. And so that's on the tail end. So again, not too terribly concerning so far, because that's not even lining up. So you can see where my rotation is, the in-house rotation velocity. So I guess the rotation really is going to be closer to here. So weak rotation showing up. Now we'll switch back over to the shear product. There's your shear. Here's a radar product. So again, that's where it would be on the tail end of that notch. If this were to notch out, that's right where it would be. So the Nave Hill area, just north of Little Tater Valley Road. I guess that's Little Tater Valley Road. I said Little Tater Valley Road. Chestnut Grove, Gray Road, and Tater Valley Road as well. Not Little Tater Valley Road, but just Tater Valley Road, and then Pennington Chapel, Liberty Hill Road. So those are areas that we're going to be watching this one just on the southern end of this, right about there. When you click on that, that is going to be in the Washburn area at 7:08. So 7:08, it's going to be moving into Washburn. It's traveling to the northeast at 26 miles per hour. And we just lost that skit there. See if we get another one coming up from the Weather Service. So we're getting reports on this one saying that, the Weather Service is watching this one closely. Said had a couple of folks saying that we're was getting some spin up there. So, all right, so now here we go. So now we got to watch this one. So this, we're going to be watching with the newest radar scan right around the Powell Valley area. So heads up, Harrogate. If you're joining us from Harrogate, just met a bunch of the LMU police officers at Harrogate a few weeks ago. And it was great to meet you all. If you still have East Tennessee weather up in your big video room that I was in, thanks for having East Tennessee weather up there, so you can keep an eye on what's heading your way, because we do have a rotating thunderstorm now heading your way. When you look at the radar, there it is. There's the little notch area, so that's what we need to watch for. And this is where we're going to get the inflow. We got somebody coming in, so we got an inflow right there into the storm. So this is right over Powell Valley. Heads up, Harrogate. This is the one that I would watch for closely. All right, so we've got somebody that's going to join us. Looks like Vicky's going to join us here. Vicky, stand by. I'll get to you here in just 1 second. All right, we're going to bring Vicky to the conversation. Vicky, you are live on East Tennessee Weather. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Where are you? What's going on?
I am in Harrogate.
You're actually in Harrogate right now. Okay. How's it looking from the Harrogate area? Are you able to step outside and take a view of that storm towards just down the Powell Valley? Not quite sure if you'll be able to or not. But I want you to be safe. Now, you just have a special weather statement. Otherwise, I would not send you outside. Okay. Just so you know that. I don't know if you'll be able to flip the camera around when you call in the first time. Maybe you can. We'll find out if we can. We lost her. We'll bring her back here in a second. She'll come back in a second. So we'll bring Vicky back to the conversation here. There she is. Let's see. We'll bring her right back. There it is. All right. So, okay. So what direction are you pointing the camera right there, Vicky? Hey, Vicky, can you hear me? Let's see if we can't bring her up. I don't know if you can hear me, Vicky. But if you can hear me, that she's joining us. By the way, that's a live view from Harrogate. And then Vicky's joining us, giving us a great view right there of the storm that is moving towards Harrogate. And right over the Powell Valley area, it is showing signs of rotation. And so, of course, we're going to keep an eye on that and see what the National Weather Service does with this one. Vicky, you can talk if you want to. I don't know if you can hear me. So this should be in Harrogate about 7:15. Cumberland Gap 7:16 is about the time frame. The rotation on that storm itself still showing some signs of rotation. Still showing signs of rotation out of the storm that's working its way towards the Tazewell area as well. I'm going to do this on the fly here. Vicky, you're still live with us here on East Tennessee Weather. I appreciate you. And again, this is what it's all about. This is all what it's about. All about a community, right? And so we're gonna bring up a couple other cameras. I'm gonna bring in the radar view here for you folks as well. So stand by. So Vicky, that's a live view right there from Vicky joining us from Harrogate, and we do appreciate her joining us this evening. There is a tab in the chat. I will throw up in the chat one more time for you all, so you can get an idea of what we're looking at and what we're seeing. We will show this one right here. So I'm going to bring this up on the screen. You'll be able to see. And don't worry about the temperatures at the bottom of the screen. Those are not currently correct. But we'll publish this one. We'll bring this one back up. So Vicky is joining us from Harrogate. We are watching this storm right there that Vicky's looking at, moving right towards the Harrogate area. I'll switch over to the radar product, and there's the radar. Vicky, I really do appreciate you, by the way.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
There you are. All right, so
I'm back.
You're back. We can hear you now, Vicky. I do appreciate it. All right, so anyways, what direction are we pointed to?
This is west. This is pointing towards Powell Valley.
Okay, that's pointed right towards the Powell Valley area. Again, it's going to be moving its way into Harrogate about 7:17. The current time is now 6:55. So from now till about 7:15, Harrogate, we do have a thunderstorm that has a special weather statement on it. It is not severe thunderstorm warned right now, but the National Weather Service is watching it closely as well as I am, because we have had some signs of rotation. If I take this all off the screen here for you, you'll get an idea of that rotation is just going to be basically, whoa, that's a really 5 miles. So you got about 9 minutes or so before that storm really starts to work its way on it. I don't know why that arrow is so very large, but it is. Anyway, so right there, just to the right over Town Creek. Do you know where Town Creek is, Vicky?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's just to the southwest of you. It's not too terribly far away. And within the next 10 minutes or so, this rotating thunderstorm will kind of work its way into your area. So probably a good time to maybe, it may bypass you, but there are signs of rotation. So I've got it circled there on the screen. You can see the wind shear. That's where the wind shear is. And so that's the area of concern. So let me go back to the radar here. And then, Vicky, I might just have to send you inside here in just a second. So you're good for right now. I'll tell you here in just 1 second. But this is right just to the north of Town Creek is the storm that is part of the cell that we're watching. And you can see that right there on the screen. So Vicky is joining us from Harrogate, and that is just to the northeast of Town Creek. And so then we come over to the other product and you look at the velocity. There's a little bit of rotation showing up, and you can see my shear product, which shows signs of rotation as well, right in the area that I've circled. And so we're going to watch this one. So Vicky, if you wouldn't do me a favor, you're about 10 minutes away from the storm moving on in. It is showing some signs of rotation, so I'd feel really comfortable if you went inside and watched from the interior part of your house. I really thank you so much for tuning in and for giving us a live view from Harrogate. So much appreciated, and I think you folks in Harrogate will appreciate it, but we are getting a live East Tennessee weather camera up at LMU that will give us a beautiful view of the Powell Valley and, of course, the storms moving in to the Harrogate community. So hopefully you'll be able to check that out here in the next couple of weeks on the East Tennessee Weather app. And you have the East Tennessee Weather app, don't you, Vicky?
Yes, I do.
Yes, ma'am, you do. I know you do. I appreciate it. You tell your family I said hello, will you?
I sure will. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here this evening, and stay safe. And of course, if there's anything that you need, you just ring right back in. You've got that link. If you need anything, I will help you out, my friend.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Well, wasn't that just nice and sweet? We're coming back to the live for you here. Vicky joining us from Harrogate, and we are watching a rotating thunderstorm that the National Weather Service is going to be watching closely. So far, so good, but it is just outside of the Harrogate community, and so that's what we want to watch. This is what this show's all about. It is all about community helping each other out. All right, let's go back to the storm at hand. So we've got some storms moving their way into the Caryville, Lake City, Clinton, Oak Ridge, and Oliver Springs area. No severe weather on that one right now, but we're probably going to get some strong winds, I would imagine, with that. So maybe some of those winds, maybe not too bad. Maybe 30-mile-per-hour winds or so. It is going to be under special weather statement criteria. But let's see. But we have one severe thunderstorm warning. We've got an aerial flood advisory, and we've got a special weather statement for places like northern and northeastern Claiborne County, moving its way towards Harrogate. So these are the two storms that we're watching the closest. And let's see if we have another view of, let's see what it looks like from, we'll change camera views here. That's Beach Island Marina. Here's Stardust Marina, again, in the clear now. Beach Island is in the clear, just really soggy. So again, we're showing some signs of rotation here with those storms right there on the screen there. The one that's the strongest, Tazewell 726, New Tazewell 723 is when that storm was going to be moving its way in. It is tracking to the northeast at 26, and you've got the storm going all the way up to, a tall storm over 18,000 feet. Hail's not a major player with this one, but we've got a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and so we are going to see some good solid downpours with any of these cells. Just says anything to worry about in Alcoa, as this thing moves east. We'll just show you a wide view of all of East Tennessee, so give you all perspective of like what we're looking at, where we are. So we're smooth sailing from Cumberland County to Fentress County, all the way down the Southern Valley. Got a couple of little cells moving their way in right now, just outside of Madisonville, Von Orr, so Lanier, Greenback, Benfield. Nice little heavy downpours moving your way. Hardin Valley to Farragut, some pretty decent rain, but no severe weather there. And the one in Oak Ridge and whatnot, Jess, I think you're going to be doing just fine. So I think we're great for now, except for the storm that we're going to continue to watch until it moves its out of our area and or weekends. And then moves its way on out of here. Let's go back to the chat and see what y'all are saying. Geez, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. There's a lot going on in the chat here. I put... what's going on about the chat feed there, Lee? I'm not quite sure what's going on. Send a video of what we went through in Powell Valley, okay? We're going to try to get this video on here for you in Powell Valley. And where did you actually send that video to? I sent you a picture. Oh, picture or video. So you can send videos to info@eastnweather.com. Info@eastnweather.com is where you can send videos. We got another time-lapse video coming in from Branson Self. I think I said Brandon earlier. I apologize, Brandon. Branson. This was a second rotation. Manorville looking towards Luttrell. I'm extremely impressed seeing this from your front porch. And so let's get this on. So this one's also going to come in from Brandon. So here we go. This one's from Brandon. Look at the rotation on that. Wow. That's incredible. You can just see the warm, moist air being fed up into the updraft of that supercell thunderstorm. You can see the whole storm system just rotating. That's why it's really tough to tell. A lot of folks will say, "Oh, look at we've got funnel clouds and whatever," but it's not. That's the inflow. That's the moisture being sucked up into the updraft of that storm, and the whole storm system is rotating itself. Incredible time lapse. Absolutely incredible time lapse. Brandon, you have outdone yourself, my friend. Let's see. I don't have anything else. Let's see. Gonna see if we have any other videos coming in. Let's play that one more time, shall we? Incredible. Rotating thunderstorm right there. So we've got some thunderstorm wind damage right there, 2 miles south of Rose Hill, Tennessee, in Union County. So we've had some severe thunderstorm wind damage associated with that, but that's a rotating cell coming in from Brandon Self. Brandon, thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy. Denise or Mindy, Messenger or on your app. You can't send, okay, maybe on the app. You can't send videos, unfortunately, through the app. But you can send, there it is, Mindy. So let's see, this is from Mindy. So there's from Mindy. So Mindy says on this one, what did you say on this one, Mindy? Speedwell, Powell Valley area. Okay, that's the rotation in Speedwell, Powell Valley. Here's one from Crystal Adams, Plainview. So she sent this on with the East Tennessee Weather app. I did not show that to you yet. Here, hold on. I'll go back to yours, Mindy. So there we go. So this picture right here is from let's see, Crystal Adams, Plainview. And then this one's from oh shoot, that didn't come up. That one's from Mindy in the Powell Valley area. So Mindy, thank you so much. Pretty nasty looking skies there, wasn't it? This one's just incredible. Watching the time lapse. Is Oak Ridge pretty much done for the night for severe weather? I would say, yeah. Yeah, Oak Ridge is done. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy to see those, that's where video and time lapses do so well. And I have time lapses available with all my cameras because it just shows you a different perspective. And I'll be able to show you a lot of these cameras in time lapses as well. I actually probably could show you one here tonight because I time lapse that Maynardville camera every hour. I get a new time lapse. So let's see if we can't get this on for you here this evening because this would be really cool to share as that storm came in from Maynardville. So let's see. Now, of course, I moved the camera. No, it doesn't. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. I've gotten I get an update about every hour or so. But we've had some nasty storms move through Union County. So I won't be able to get that up for you here at this time. All right, let's go back to that storm. And the good news is as that storm's coming into Harrogate, hopefully Vicky's doing okay here. Vicky, we're thinking about you. All right, let's take a look. Okay, don't see any spin there. A little bit of rotation showing up towards the Cumberland Gap area and points further to the north. But Vicky, I think you're going to be doing fine. We've got quite a bit of lightning showing up, though. 35 lightning strikes. So it is rocking and rolling from Middlesboro to Cumberland Gap, Harrogate, to Patterson's Crossroads, Arthur, and the Powell Valley area. As this probably the heaviest rain is going to be north of you in Harrogate, which is great. But we still have some little bit of rotation. Not a ton, but we're going to still be watching this one as it works its way into Kentucky. Not that I don't love y'all in Kentucky. I do. But we're going to concentrate on some storms in East Tennessee for sure. Then we'll come down to these ones where we still have the severe thunderstorm warning. It is tracking to the northeast at 24 miles per hour. It'll be in New Tazewell. It's 7:26. Current time is now 7:06. So in 20 minutes or so, it'll be in Tazewell in the New Tazewell area and anywhere in between. That's where we currently have a severe thunderstorm warning that runs until 7:30 this evening. And we're talking about places like Lone Mountain, Williams Mill, Elm Springs, Beeler Mill. You're on the south side of that, so you'll be fine. Places like Caney Valley, Raven Hill, Beech Grove, you're fine. You're on the south side of this as well. This is all tracking to the north and east, and really just showing a lot of signs of weakening, which is great news. Great news to pass along. So when you look at don't really see signs of rotation there. If we come up in the atmosphere. So we still have a little bit of rotation in the mid levels. So I'm just taking the radar scan and I'm slicing it. I'm going way up in altitude. So we got some. So right about there. We still have a little bit of rotation way up in the atmosphere. But when you come all the way down to the lowest part of the atmosphere, it is not bad. So there's all your radar scans. That just kind of shows you a little bit of rotation right around there. But again, most of that is in the upper parts of the atmosphere because when you come down to low levels, we don't really have a whole lot of rotation. So we're losing the rotation, which is great. Great news. And I do appreciate you all for joining here, jumping in, checking in on the weather. Again, I'm not expecting any severe weather tomorrow. And if you are going to the Savannah Bananas baseball game tomorrow night, I think we're going to have some storms leading up to it. And for those of you that are still hanging on with me here this evening, don't know how many people are with me here this evening, but that doesn't matter. I don't care if there's just one of you joining me. As long as you're joining me, that's all I care about. But what I was going to tell you is that I will just go along and just give you a forecast because I can do that this evening. I think I got both microphones on. 1, 2, 3. I do have both microphones on. And so we will be able to give you a forecast for the next several days. So if you want to tune in, let's go ahead and do that here this evening. And got a few people still joining in. So let's switch gears here a little bit. Let me re-rack. We'll go to the weather wall, and I'll give you a forecast of how the rest of the weekend's going to play out and what we can expect, because I was just getting ready to do my forecast anyways. And we'll show you the latest almanac data and all the information. So that is, hold on, stand by. That's not going to be on camera, right? So we'll get to the right one here in just a second. I was almost ready, right? All right, here we go. Let's re-rack the show and let's talk about what we've seen over the last couple of days when it comes to rainfall. That's your 2 days rainfall. Here's your last 24 hours of rainfall. So you can see that we've had a lot of rain. All right, we're going to go to the weather wall here for a second. For those of you that don't join me on Wake Up with Witcher, this is what we do every morning. But here's your official forecast for the evening tonight. Over the last 24 hours, we've picked up less rain across upper East Tennessee, more rain across the Central Valley and back across the Cumberland Plateau and the Southern Valley, which is great news because we've had, a major drought that's been ongoing across the Western Valley and the Southern Valley. Now, as we look ahead, this is your pattern evolution. And so little areas of reds and yellows and oranges, those are little disturbances in the atmosphere. It's called vorticity. It's about 15,000 to 18,000 feet in elevation is where these disturbances are. But the point is we have a southwesterly flow. You can see those lines, a southwesterly flow, little disturbances that are going to be kicked off and thrown our direction, just like what we saw today and just like what we saw yesterday. These little waves in the atmosphere help to provide lift. And we have copious amounts of moisture in the atmosphere, and that leads to tropical-like downpours. And this is likely going to be the case for the next seven days or so. Now, so far today, we did hit 82 degrees here this afternoon. Saw 3,600ths of an inch of rain so far, 7,400ths in Crossville, almost an inch in Chattanooga, and only 400ths of an inch in Tri-Cities. You made it to 82 degrees in Tri-Cities. So definitely a mild and muggy day. Now let's pick up our timeline, 7 o'clock here tonight. Storms start to move on out. We may see a few scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms through the overnight hours, but we won't have necessarily any severe weather. I think it's just going to be some good, solid, steady rain and some much needed rain. So likely to be on the soggier side as we get our Saturday morning started. A couple of scattered showers, probably going to have some patchy fog hanging out with us early in the morning as well. And morning low temperatures will be down into the 60s, so a nice mild and muggy start to the day. All right, let's walk you through your Saturday forecast. Because again, if you're never with me in the early morning hours, I always talk about percentages. Percentages on a 7-day forecast or anytime you see those on any sort of weather app don't tell you the whole story, right? If I threw a 100% chance of rain out there, well, today we've had a 100% chance of rain pretty much. Everybody's seen some sort of measurable rainfall. It doesn't tell you timing, duration, intensity, or rainfall totals. You got to find out the rest of the story. The rest of the story is going to be an updated forecast from yours truly or a futurecast model. Now, here's the latest futurecast for Saturday. I think we're going to be dry at sunrise, or mostly dry anyways. And then the rain showers will start to settle on in. That's noon on Saturday. So we're going to see some heavier rain showers, not expecting much in the way of severe weather. We don't necessarily have that taking place, but can't always necessarily throw that off the table. Here's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're going to Savannah Bananas, it's going to be opening, the gates open at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The first pitch is at 7. I think it's 7:30 or so. I should know these things. I'm going to the game. But then watch this. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you're heading off to the Savannah Bananas game, the hopes is it's going to be perfect. Mild, muggy, maybe even some sunshine. Should be a nice evening for baseball and some fun baseball right here in East Tennessee. But we are going to get a lot more rain. An additional 1+ inches of rainfall cannot be ruled out. Now Saturday, the wind's going to pick up, so it is going to be rather breezy for the game. Though by the time the first pitch happens, 7 o'clock, the winds start to back off and relax. But it is going to be on the breezier and gustier side throughout the day. All right, forecast high temperatures, 70s and low 80s. So it's going to be mild, it's going to be muggy. Average high for this time of year, it's perfect. A perfect average May day. But these April showers should have been in April, not May. All right, rain chances elevated for sure. Again, this doesn't tell you the whole story. And if you never join me on Wake Up with Witcher early in the morning on Monday through Friday, I talk about this. Again, doesn't tell you the whole story. Don't ever cancel any outdoor plans based on percentages because you just can't. Because you may be able to get in some activities throughout the day. But a lot of rain is on the way over the next 7 days. So we're still talking additional maybe 1 to 3 inches of rainfall around the entire southeast. Here in East Tennessee, we could see 1 to 3. That takes us all the way through next Friday, so another week from right now. So here's your 7-day forecast. Rainier conditions, elevated rain chances. Temperatures will be in the 80s. We may work our way back into the mid to upper 80s as we get into the middle and latter part of next week. So we'll see how that plays out, but definitely going to be tracking in some more rain chances anyways through the weekend and all next week. All right, that's what's going on with the forecast here. Hopefully you got the information you needed for the upcoming weekend. New Tazewell just got hit hard, building collapsed and sitting on the track power lines and power poles. Oh, no way. Let's come back. So I'm in the middle of a forecast here. And so there's the storm you're talking about. So we're right on that storm. Still we have a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30 for the Tazewell, New Tazewell area just north of Thornhill. Libby, what live link are you talking about? If you want to join in, here's the if anybody up in the Powell Valley area, if anybody has any information, live video of this, I just sent in a link right there. If you click on that link, you can join the broadcast live. So I'd love for you to join the broadcast live if you possibly want to, or if you can. And you can join the live broadcast. We've had a little bit of damage here and there. We've had some rotation showing up. And just seeing what your weather watchers are doing here. All right. Spring City. Spring City is going to be fine. Let's see. We've got some pretty healthy thunderstorms now still showing up, but heavy rain, I should say, showing up right now. La Follette, Caryville, Lake City, Clinton. So again, we've already seen some heavier rain showers here. Probably a good idea. And we already have a flood advisory in effect now until 8:30 this evening. We've seen over an inch of rainfall in those areas. And so heavy rain on top of that, that's kind of insult to injury. Again, I wouldn't let your guard down with any of the showers and thunderstorms. We only have one severe thunderstorm warning right now, a special weather statement that now the storm has moved its way out of Harrogate and is now just north of Cumberland Gap, working its way towards the Meldrum, Hutch, Colmer area, just outside of Edgewood, and tracking to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour, so 22 miles per hour, I should say. So we have one severe thunderstorm warning that runs until 7:30. It's now 7:17. We'll see what the Weather Service does with this. Let's see. Jump in on here and see what they're doing. Let's see. National Weather Service cancels the severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Union County. Let's see. National Weather Service says both storms look like they're weakening and losing their lower level rotation strength, which is great news. The one in Claiborne, Granger, and Hancock County, again, that severe thunderstorm warning that we're looking at right here does have the potential for a tornado on it. But let's go back to the velocity and the shear. And again, we are losing a lot of that. But you can see that storm that we've been showing you and the rotation. You can see how the in-house model, this is my in-house model, how it's showing you that rotation and how it's really been just rotating right through Paulette and Maynardville. And that's where we had some the thunderstorm wind damage over towards the Rose Hill area in Union County. And we had some up towards, that's also, so we had two areas also showing some severe thunderstorm wind damage. And I think that's about the only damage that we've seen so far. Yeah, it is. But pretty impressive rotating thunderstorm that moved its way through. And if I loop this over the last couple of hours, you'll see how this storm just really started to fire up. You can see how it moved its way to the northeast. Look at that. And how it really gained its strength. Now we'll switch over to the velocity and loop this as well. And you can see the rotation showing up with that. So probably need to move it a little bit slower, but There's that one right there. So again, if you look at my shear product, and you can see how the shear, this is my in-house shear product. So you'll see the 2 hours of how it was showing signs of rotation, and how the in-house model and the in-house computer picked that up very, very nicely. We haven't really had a whole lot of hail, maybe a little bit of pea-sized hail showing up with that as well. But really, when you looked at the shear product and how that's really just the spinning, rotating thunderstorm, which we've clearly seen show up. All right, we'll come back to the radar. One severe thunderstorm warning that we are still watching. I probably would imagine that we are probably good to go for the night. As I always say, good to go to bed, but it's not bedtime. It's only 7:20, or maybe it's your bedtime. I don't know. Maybe it's your bedtime. But we'll probably wrap things up here in just a little bit. We still have one storm out there. It's going to be moving its way into Tazewell, New Tazewell, here at about 7:30 or so for another 10 minutes or so. Went back inside, but saw some rotation on the north side of us. So I'll try to compress a video for you later. Thank you, Libby. I appreciate you. Were you trying to join in on the broadcast there, Libby? I threw it in there. Hopefully you got a chance to check it out. I do have the link right there if anybody wants to jump in for a moment of time. But if not, no big deal, because the storms are starting to wind down. Or they seem to be winding down anyways. That's for sure. I mean, the structure of the storms aren't very impressive anymore. The velocity is not there, so we're not looking at rotation inside that storm. And the shear product has really been weakening as well. So this is great news. Great news to pass along. Now, of course, we're still going to be watching these storms coming in out of La Follette, Caryville, Lake City, Clinton. So heads up. I would imagine that they're going to be moving into an environment that's kind of been worked over. And we have just a flood advisory right now. And a severe thunderstorm warning, as well as a special weather statement should be allowed. That should be gone by now. They've just not cleared it out yet. They've got it going until 7:30, but they'll clear that out here in a second, probably. And then, of course, we've got the flood advisory in effect until 8:30. When you look at the amount of rainfall that we saw, let's see what kind of power outages we have. We got some power outages out there. So let's come here. So we look at power outages. Oh, we've got some over there in Morgan County. 100 folks without power in Morgan County. Let's come over to this one. 1%, 1%. So not enough. So we've got a couple folks without power up into Claiborne County, Granger, and also, I guess that's it. And Hawkins County anyways. Not even Hawkins County, just Claiborne County. So Claiborne County, and also in Granger County and Morgan County, we got some power outages. Got some down to our south as well, but we didn't really have any storms there, so not associated with any thunderstorms. If you were to look at the radar loop here, let me show you the future scan. Of course, you can get this on the East Tennessee Weather app. So when you look at the future scan, which is available on the East Tennessee Weather app, by the way, on the interactive radar, which is a great tool, and that's why I say always have the app at hand, anyways. You can see the radar. This is actually coming from the National Weather Service's radar. Now we switch over to our future scan of 2 hours and see how it's picking up on almost exactly identical to what it's showing there on the radar. Now we'll take this storm and put it into motion. So here's your future cast of 2 hours. Okay, so you can see how over the next couple of hours, things are going to be winding down. We'll run this again in the whole view of East Tennessee. So you can see how the storms are going to start to wind down and move on out of here. So at this point of the game, I would say that we're probably A-okay. I would just say stay weather alert here for the rest of the evening hours. I think the rotation has really started to weaken quite a bit, and which is great news to pass along. We don't want any tornadoes, but we've had some incredible storm structure with some of these storms. Just heads up in Speedwell, Norris Lake, Sharps Chapel, Big Barren, Maynardville. We've got some more storms moving on in that are going to continue to kind of pack a punch here. And I would imagine that, here we go, we'll take it back outside, a live view from Stardust Marina as we have more storms moving their way back over Norris Lake. And so some nasty looking skies right there. It's going to get a little rough from that vantage point on Norris Lake here. in just a short while. Pretty cool cloud structure there, but you don't want to be out in the lakes when we have thunderstorms like that moving on through. And that's what's great about the East Tennessee Weather app as well. You'll get lightning notifications when lightning is within 15 miles of your location, really helping you to navigate any of the storms in and around you. And the cool thing is if you get that lightning notification, you click on it, it takes you to the interactive radar. As long as you're on the national radar, push play, it'll give you past, current, and a future cast of 2 hours, helping you to navigate the storms. And the storm may be to your north, and you might have gotten a lightning notification and said, oh, well, I don't need to worry about that. That's moving north and out of my way. But sometimes the storms are moving into your towards your direction. And so if they are, you definitely want to, take shelter, of course, immediately at that point of the game. Let's see, maybe we got another time lapse coming in. Oh, here's another cool time lapse for you. Okay, so we're gonna get this one on for you before I let you go here this evening. Screen grabs. Let's see what this one says. So this picture, we're gonna take a time lapse of this one. This one is coming in from from Jamie Wise. She's also a Witcher weather watcher. Great drone shot, but I'm gonna put this on. So watch this. So you're gonna see a really cool time lapse coming in from Jamie here in just a second. If you want to stand by for that one, because this one is really cool. So here we go. This one's coming in from Jamie. Take a look at this. She's also a Witcher weather watcher. Let's try that again. Let's push play. Isn't that cool? Look at that time lapse. I got to get rid of some of my graphics so you can see that better. Well, we had somebody ringing in, but they hung up on me. They didn't want to join us on the broadcast. Oh, Norris Lake is starting to get a little bumpier here as we start to get a little bit more activity. Notice the boat starting to bounce around a little bit more. Here comes the wind. It was totally calm just a second ago. That storm's going to come up over that ridge top, and boy, I tell you what, it's gonna fire away, and some pretty good wind and rain is moving on in. There we go. Jill says, I finally figured out the interactive radar. I had my settings set wrong. You have to have it on the national radar, not the East Tennessee radar. Just had to go give it a little tweak, and now it works great. I love that I can click on any of the locations that I have saved, and it will show me the weather there on the radar as well. Yeah, you can have up to 10 locations saved where you can use the Futurecast radar and all the other things. Terry, you are very welcome. Wendy, you are so welcome. And Joseph, absolutely, it is my pleasure, my friends. So again, we still have one severe thunderstorm warning that will be allowed to expire. The storm has really, really weakened, so we are going to kind of wrap things up here on the show here this evening. And, I'm glad we didn't see too much severe weather, but boy, I tell you what, we had some crazy storm structure. I'm going to post some videos and pictures to social media. If you liked and shared this broadcast here this evening, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. If you want to check out all the East Tennessee weather platforms, remember I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. It is a great tool. So we're going to cue some music here for you. How about some fun music? We're going to do this one instead. How about this one? There we go. We're going to cue the music. Cue the music, my friends. We're going to wrap things up here this evening. Again, I do appreciate you joining me here on this live weather update on the East Tennessee weather platforms. Heads up, again, if you're joining us from Union County, you're going to get walloped again with another batch of some heavier rainfall. Lake City, Clinton, north of Clinton, Halls, Paulette, Maynardville, Sharps Chapel, Norris, Speedwell, Big Barron, Harrogate again, and maybe Tazewell. And if that one comes in and becomes strong again, I will definitely jump back in and do a live weather update. But I would imagine that things are going to be kind of quieting down for the rest of the evening. There's no Wake Up with you Saturday and Sunday. We're taking a break this weekend, but we'll be back with live weather updates Monday through Friday at 7:30 in the morning for a live weather update to get you and the family off to work and school. But of course, we're heading into summer break. Maybe you just need to get your forecast for the update for the day. Don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. Scan that QR code in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Go to your app store and search East Tennessee Weather. It's your one-stop shop for weather. If you love this product and love this platform, please like and share it. to all your friends, family members, coworkers. It really helps to populate the platform. Go smash and subscribe to that YouTube channel, because anytime I drop a new update, you will get notified as long as you allow click the little bell there on YouTube. I'm on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. You can put East Tennessee weather up on the big screen. I do run a 24-hour weather channel with live weather updates all day long, every day. That's also on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube, so it's great for businesses and restaurants and waiting rooms. And if you put East Tennessee weather up in your establishment, hit me up. Shoot me an email, info@easttnweather.com. I will come highlight your business. That's what it's all about. It's a live view, by the way, from Stardust Marina. It's starting to get a little bit bouncier. You can check out live cameras on the East Tennessee Weather app and online at easttnweather.com. I do appreciate you so much. Do you think Gatlinburg is in the clear tonight? Yes. Gatlinburg is likely in the clear. Maybe get a couple of showers, maybe a few thunderstorms. Got a few kind of dwindling down or hanging down to our south, but most of the activities have been a little bit further to the north. And I think that's going to be about the extent of it, my friends. I'll leave you with a live view from Stardust Marina as we kind of wrap things up here this evening. Enjoy the night, and I hope to not see you back here tonight, but maybe tomorrow. And if you're going to Savannah Bananas, come say hi to the Witcher. See you then, my friends.